Hey guys, me again, the guy who's been slack with filming. So yeah, obviously last week I only got one video up. So I've been slack with filming again, but what I have done is Angus came around and my brother came around last night. We pushed this into the garage. Motor is on the stand. Oh, motor's on the crane. RB30 is ready to go on the stand. So I'm going to move the Prem out tonight. And I'm going to bolt the sr20 into this, because that's my plan for the evening. And then Corey can pick this up and drop it off to its new storage facility, basically. Then once this is out, I'm going to move the Sphero over there, and the S13 is going to come out, which the S13 will hopefully be out and gone before this video goes up as well. That is just going, that's going back to Matt's house. I'll still be doing all the work on it, and I'll still be filming it, so that's, you're still going to see that RB30 build. But you know, I've got my daughter's birthday next weekend, so I want to clear as much shit out of the section as I can before then, and have this area all nice for next weekend. So V8 out, engine crane round, motor in. Hopefully someone comes to help, because obviously I don't have a suction cup for the don't have a suction cup anymore for the GoPro. So let's start the V8, move it out, and go from there. And now it is time for our latest weekly game of how easy will the Prem start tonight. Ha! What a gem. What a noise. Alright, now while I leave that running for a minute so I don't flood it again, plenty more room, pull the engine crane out, put that in. Yeah. It's got a block wood on one side of the back and a strut with no spring on the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jack that side up, put the strut with no spring on that side as well. Just so it sits even. Thankfully that was cut off. I might try put some bonnet pins on there or something to help hold the bonnet down on it. But I'm going to go in, get Lil sorted for bed, and then I'm going to come out, place this motor in. Hey guys, how do you like the view? So, motor, car, engine crane's still feeling a bit tired after the Falcon motor that we pulled out, and I'll get that fixed at some point. But for now, the motor's going to go in. Might just slap a cross member on that. Slap a cross member on that gearbox first, and then we'll get it up and sit it in. Like I said, the motor's probably not going to run and everything with the clutch that's on there. I just bolted it on in case he wants to get it on the bolt. So yes, I'm aware that the 9.9 tensility bolts that have gone in there aren't as strong as the 12.9s that they come factory, but that's what Black's had in the highest tensile bolt they could do, so that's what we've got. And if it does run, it's essentially only to get the car on and off the boat. But like I say, I'm not putting manifolds on, I'm not wiring the car up, I'm just putting the motor and box in the car. I'm not even going to put the starter motor or anything on. All the other stuff can go in the boot, and unfortunately, George, you're going to fucking sort that shit out yourself. I'm just here to get it all one piece so that it leaves my section. So I'm going to carry on and get this motor in, and here we go. Alright, so just whip the A stamp cross member on there because I'm not willing to give up my C, because C stamps are what you use when you put big boxes into Spheros and rails. So that's something I'm more than happy to keep as a spare. They're also what you commonly use sometimes for RB boxes and Sylvias. So once again, something I'm happy to keep. So going to get ready to lift that up and put it in now. Nate's come round to help. Trash, go in trash bin. Trash bin. trash meat bin.
Yep, push the fat bitch in. Oh, you can't slip down to my hand. Alright, that's good enough for that.
Just gonna get it over there. Rack lines. No, sitting on rack lines on this side.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
With the front of the motor, we might need to. What we are going to do.
That's it on the floor. Well, that's almost in on my side.
Yeah. The gearbox needs to come up. It needs to.
Oh, yeah.
The jack's behind it. Do you want to drag it around and then the side door?
Yeah.
Trash bin. So I've texted George. George knows it's only got 4 barrel housing bolts because that's all I had in a shitty SR thread pitch and size. The starter motor they gave us, well, the starter motor that came with the motor is an automatic one, not a manual one. So that's not going to work in the gearbox either. What else have we got there? Yeah, so he's going to have to pull the whole thing back apart. It's going to get a good clutch when it gets to Australia, probably an ORC or a twin plate. So what bolts are on the flywheel doesn't matter. That's only if he decides he wants to start it up to get it on the boat. So that's up to him. Oh, doesn't that just look terrible? Makes me question everything that's ever happened in my life to get to the point of putting an SR in anything. Alright, so now the trash is bolted in the can. Well, the nuts are on there. I'm going to jump under there and do them up. RBs are great because the RB mounts sit there, so they're really easy to access the bolts. SRs are trash, so the bolts are in between the lower control arm and the steering rack. Still something that's fucking feasibly doable. It's just when you go to thread them on by hand, there's not much room for it. So it's one of those things you've just got to work around. So tighten those up, the front up, a gearbox mount on there. Send George a bill of epic proportions for my labour. As hard as labour ain't cheap, man. You can laugh at that one. That one was funny. It wasn't funny. It's so overused. Yeah. Okay, and then I might get a feed. So I'm going to attempt to show you what I mean. Oh, in the dark. So you'll see very little thread there. But I'm going to feed this up there. I'm trying to give you as much vision as possible. Feed that up there, get that on that nut. Then get this on there. All just to be able to tighten that up. And then that's the easy side. Because this side also has the exhaust heat shield bracket. Fuck my life. Part of me wants to bolt bolt-ons on there. Who would like to see me sit the turbo manifold on there and then sit the massive turbo off the FD on? Alright, you twisted my arm. I'll do it. Our cameraman for the next 1.5 minutes. You know how to hold them, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh, shit. This thing weighs more than my kid. Hey George, convert it to cash and she'll be sweet.
I think the turbo is almost bigger than the motor.
Well, I mean, it didn't fit in the R32, but it fits in this.
Yeah.
Which is purely straight tail related. This turbo, if I had the T4 flange manifold, would have fit in the S13 on the RB30. But it was like I was saying before off camera. Since R32 strut towers sit like there, the chassis is a waste of time. I reckon though, you might not even have to run a cast by the time you... Oh no, you have to go cast. Space that down to 4. Because that is a 5-inch intake, guys. This is a big turbo. If you want a comparison on the size of the turbo, this is a GT3582. So this is essentially the same size as my whole set, and that's the turbo I was going to put on the FD, and I was also going to put it on the Barra.
And it's also ridiculously big.
Yeah. Yeah. This motor would never spool it. Would you technically have to cert it if the turbo didn't even make 1 PSI boost?
I think that's a question for your local certifier. So try
If there's any
asking them.
certifiers here, would you have to cert a turbo that makes 0 PSI boost?
Alrighty.
Thanks for the answers. I've opted to go ahead and throw the bumper frame on there. Throw the new headlight in there. And now I'm going to just set the bumper on there for shits and gigs. The bumper's going to come off the toad anyway, but might as well try have it looking reasonably complete. Oh my god, it kind of looks like a car. Oh no, it looks like a garbage bin, because the garbage is in it. So the rubber mount I have for George and the cross member's not going to work because all of the cross members I have pretty much sit like that. I don't know if it's to do with the gap we have up there between the motor and firewall. Maybe the motor wants to be backwards further, but I'll check inside the car and see how the shifter lines up in the hole. But it looks like we're just going to do a bit of 4x2 through the hole and a strop to hold it up, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is how it is at the end of the day. Right, I'm just taking the cross member off there, and we're just going to put a strop through the original hole up there, and we'll put a 4x2 and hold the motor up, hold the gearbox up, because there's no way that is going to meet that at the moment, unfortunately. So yeah, let's see what we go from there. So the shifter lines up perfectly. So it'll just be, I guess, a matter of George finding out what cross member is going to fit the box he's got into the car. But for now, I'm going to use this 4x2 and this strop, and I'm going to hold that gearbox up. Yeah, so that's that. Now it's just going to drop the jack so that the strop can take the weight. And voila, that's the gearbox held up. George's body loom's in here. George's bolting cage is in here, and a lot of George's other shit's in here as well. So yeah, carry on. So to throw a grill in there as well, so it kind of half-assed looks like a complete car. The bonnet's out the back for it, but obviously the turbo's not staying on it unless George wants to source me some forged rods from ready to go with the forged pistons he's giving me. But indicators are there to go in, so the exterior is pretty much complete. I'm not wiring it up, I'm not really doing much else to it from here. It's pretty much ready to go on the trailer now, so Corey can come around and put that on the trailer and it can be ready to go now. I have a nice oil mark right in the middle between my nose. No, or is that just shade? Maybe that's just shade, I don't know. So yeah, I might do a couple of wee tutus, and then that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I'm probably going to wrap it on that for tonight, because this car can now go on the trailer and piss off without my turbo, because one day I'll find something to put that on. Maybe I get a 350 and some decent performance heads instead of smog heads, and it can go on a 5.7 litre. And leave it carbureted. Or, you know, get MSD fuel injection. It's not exactly over expensive. Roadkill have done it a lot with the 350s and 383s. They've used like the likes of MSD ignition and MSD injection, and the some of them are Sniper series ones or something like that. and they're essentially a self-learning setup as well, so you can push boost through them and then they set their own timing and everything. So I don't know, maybe in 10 years maybe it'll happen on an Impala. Not Tyler's one, maybe I'll get my own Impala. But for tonight, that's it. This is going. I don't know yet if I'm going to do a video of doing anything on max carb before that goes. So, and then I'm up to pulling the sphere and pulling the motor out of that and seeing what went wrong there. So, bye.